Hey, what's up, guys? No, I haven't done a video update in forever, probably a year, but I was bored, didn't really have anything to do today, so kind of decided to make one. So, as you can tell, a lot has changed in this tank. Just a crazy journey. So basically, long story short, was kind of got burned out on keeping all the algae away. Kind of had to struggle with that in those last videos. So overhauled it, took all the stuff out, gave it to a friend. I don't think he ever used it, and a couple months later I kind of missed having a big tank. So took it back, and then basically just started over again, but just kind of slowly went back to being all algae ridden. Kind of learned the problem was my heater thermostat broke, and then so the water would get super hot, evaporate, and then make my room super hot, and then it just kind of like perpetuated the cycle. So I kind of did a slight overhaul to scrape all the algae off, put in a new heater, and it's been trucking along. It's getting better, and plants are starting to grow faster, I've noticed. So start off talking about the fish. So I have two angelfish, this yellow one, and then that one that looks like an autumn there in the back. Those are my two favorite fish of the whole tank. And then, you can't really have a fish tank without a school of tetras. So got 11 cardinals. I did have 13. But I did kind of go through a phase of neglect with this tank, and I think 2 of them died. Haven't been able to find the dead bodies. I know it sounds kind of gross, but I assume they just ate them. I have the Siamese algae eater. These are awesome fish. If you need to get algae cleaned off, they eat all kinds of algae. They like your green, your brown. They even eat beard algae and thread algae. So if you have a hardcore algae problem, I would recommend it. And then I have 4 zebra nearite snails. Also, I'd highly recommend these if you're having an algae problem. They eat all the same types of algae the Siamese algae eaters do, but they also eat hard-scale algae. And, you don't need to feed them. Very low bio load. They're just a pretty good fish to have around, or a pretty good invertebrate, whatever. So some of the plants, I still have that, what we think is Bacopa. I'm not really, you think by this point I would just have a giant mass of it, but some of it, I've thrown some of it away, it gets overridden with algae, And then so I have this green tiger lotus, which I love. The fish love it. All the tetras sleep on it or under it at night. It's awesome. These Java ferns are slowly coming back. I pretty much took all of them off, except probably one little tiny one, and all these came from one. I got this hairgrass. I know this is not the same hairgrass you saw in the last video, which I think makes it more impressive that it's this thick so far. I mean, it's not that thick, but it's getting lush. This was all from 2 little bunches. This stuff spreads like crazy after a while. Takes a little bit to get established, but yeah, it's a super easy carpet plant if you want a nice lush carpet. Yeah, so equipment, I'm basically running the same light, but I have a different bulb. My last one was a 6700K, and then an actinic bulb, which isn't necessarily the best for the plants, so I went out and I found a 10,000K bulb for it. Yeah, so this bulb basically has 2 bulbs in it, and so my last one was one bulb was actinic, and the other one was 6700 degrees K, and then this one has dual 10,000 degree K. I'm running the same filter. Still need to get a CO2 thing. The funny thing about that was I thought I was really smart in that I would go buy a paintball canister, fill with CO2, you can do that. And then I went online and bought a whole kit that came with like a diffuser, bubble counter, and a regulator. But it turns out I got the wrong type of CO2 canister. I need one that has like a valve on it. So yeah. So basically I have a regulator, a bubble counter, and a diffuser, and a CO2 tank that I can't even use. So I need to go invest in that. But once I think I get that, I think once I get that, this tank is just gonna go insane with the plants. Yeah, still dosing the same things. Excel every day, macro and micronutrients alternating days. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. So I think I'm really gonna start getting more updates out. I know I said that in the last video, but I really mean it this time. And so yeah, you guys got any comments? Just comment and subscribe. Thanks.